Hey, what's up, guys? Mr. Chris here. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, that everything is going well. If you want to leave any comments, say anything, be sure to write that in the comment section below. If you want to talk with me personally, you can click up on this contact tab on the YouTube banner and go ahead and contact me personally, and I'd love to talk with you about whatever it is that you would want to talk about. So, this video, as you can see already, I'm playing this game called Trials Fusion, right? And my idea for these kind of episodes is that in the background, you'll see me playing this game, hopefully doing well. And while this video is going on, while I'm playing the game, I'll be talking about different topics. And so the main topic for this video is electric vehicles and the new Lightyear One that is a solar powered car. And so each video will have a different subject. Most of them are probably going to be related to something STEM related, but that's not necessarily the case. I would love to talk about many other things. There's lots of things in the world to talk about. But yeah, like I said, for this episode, it's going to be the Lightyear One. If there's something specifically that you would love to hear me talk about, be sure to write that down in the comment section below and let me know. And I'll check that out and consider it and maybe make a video with it. So, what is the Lightyear One? The Lightyear One is a new vehicle designed specifically to make the most use of all of the power in batteries. And especially, the company is trying to help reduce the greenhouse gases that are released by regular combustion engine cars. And so here I'm trying to find, so 12% of European greenhouse gases. I'm here in the United States, so I'm not sure what the percentage is here, but according to this, 12% of European greenhouse gases are emitted by cars. And if we don't do anything, if we just continue how it is, that's not going to change. It's going to either stay the same or likely increase. So, a lot of countries don't have the infrastructure to actually support electric cars. And so, this company is considering, what if we could just almost like jump over that need? And that would be making a car that is charged by the sun. So then you wouldn't even have to stop to charge the car. That wouldn't even be a problem. And so the things that this car can really say about itself that is quite awesome. Apparently it has the best aerodynamic coefficient of any car to date because of its design. And as well, for electric cars in general, they have to go through the same safety testing and meet all the same standards as regular conventional vehicles sold in the United States and likely other countries as well. And so in electric vehicles, because they have a lower center of gravity than conventional vehicles, it makes them less likely to roll over, and it often improves ride quality then because of the lower center of gravity. So not only would this vehicle allow you to not even have to worry about filling up a gas tank because there is no gas tank, it's all electric, but it would charge itself then. So for the most part, at the current time, you would probably still need to charge it in addition to it being charged by the sun. But eventually, hopefully we can get to a point where it's just solely powered by the sun, because every day, unless some huge natural disaster occurs, if I can speak here, such as like a volcano erupting and the ashes blocking the sun for several days, we're always going to have sunlight coming down. So being able to utilize that is such a great thing. So this car would utilize that energy that's already there, converting the light into energy. And it has these benefits of having, since it has the lower center of gravity, it would be less likely to roll over, and it would improve in ride quality. So this sounds pretty cool, especially with how the aerodynamics is of this car, and overall what the company is trying to obtain here, and ultimately saving the planet by reducing the amount of greenhouse gases that we're releasing. Because as much as it's political climate change actually is occurring, you have to understand, people need to understand that climate is referring to basically the average weather conditions. It's not today, you can't say today the climate is this. It's over the course of several days, several weeks, months. So each year we've seen that an average of the temperatures, there has been a slight increase. And so there's different effects that causes, and if that continues, then that can have huge implications for wildlife, for the environment, and it's just going to get worse. And so this is a really awesome way to try to combat that, and just aside from climate change, just making things better in general, especially better for the customer, considering if they could get a vehicle where they didn't have to spend lots of money for gas, that would be fantastic. But everything's not all sunshine and rainbows for this. There are some issues that have been brought up, and we need to consider those. So first off, one of the issues that I've heard is the cost of creating these batteries. And so these vehicles, the batteries that are usually used, the different materials that go into that are, let me find it here. Yeah, so some batteries rely on magnesium, sodium, or lithium sulfur. A main ingredient, and them are cobalt. And obtaining these resources, they're not considered rare earth metals, but you can't just easily find these. There is a process that goes into that, attempting to find these. So that is one thing to put in mind. And then also some of the ways that this cobalt is obtained, or other materials. Let's say over 60% of the global supply for cobalt comes from the Democratic Republic of Congo. And apparently this country has a poor human rights track record, and for years they've had exploitative labor practices where there's just bad working conditions. It's not good for these people being forced or exploited to produce cobalt. So some companies like Tesla, this is a company that makes electric cars, they have committed to sourcing materials only from North America. And this other battery supplier, LG Chem, claims that they have stopped using conflict source cobalt. So there are ways to avoid ethical issues there. There's things that we can do to avoid that. The other thing, so talking about the cost, so there's the materials, how we obtain them, the ethics of that. But the cost, back in 2010, it used to cost over $600 per kilowatt hour to manufacture these batteries. But at this point, it's around $200 per kilowatt hour, and it's expected to continue to fall. So by the time we reach 2030, it is hopefully going to be less than $100 per kilowatt hour. And so if these battery costs continue to decline as the electrical vehicle production increases, within several years, they'll reach the $125 to $150 target that makes electrical vehicles competitive with conventional gasoline vehicles. And so we see as technology is improving, as it's becoming more efficient to make these batteries, the cost is going down for making these. And these batteries, the average vehicle battery lifespan, most manufacturers are offering 8-year, 100,000 mile warranties for their batteries. So these are going to last for quite a while. So it's long term. You have to consider that some of these vehicles have quite a high upfront cost of actually purchasing them. But in the long run, one, it's helping the environment, and two, you don't have to pay for gas. So, overall, you're likely going to be saving a ton of money because you're not having to pay for gas every single week. It's just sitting there in the sun charging up. So, for me, because I'm going to be a teacher, let's say I drive to work, my car is out there while I'm in the school building teaching for 8 hours in a day, and during that time, it's charging. So then when I get back, my car is fully charged up and I can continue, go home. It's charging there until nighttime. It's not charging very much, or if at all. Then in the morning, again, it's charging again. Even while I'm driving it, it'll be charging as long as it's sunny outside. So this seems like a really awesome thing to get behind, to consider, seek more information about, and do more research. It seems like this developing technology is going in the right direction. Ethics are being considered in this because everything that is done, it needs to be done ethically. So I'm excited for what comes through this and what I'll see in the future. If you guys have any comments about electric vehicles or the Lightyear One or using solar panels on cars or anything like that, be sure to leave a comment below about that. Let me know your thoughts. And again, let me know what you would hope to hear me talk about in a future video. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I will see you guys next time. Have a great day. God bless you.